Hit him with that shot at an angle, we might have the fight over with. A big hook right on the money. Stunned him a little bit, but he'll probably recover. And he does and fires back.
Looks like Rojas got some mouse under his eye already.
He does, and it's swelling rapidly. Stunned him a little bit, but it looked like it came from that first back.
So it's like numbers for Balderas and put down a furious start in the first
well.
90 seconds. Looking more like batting practice, like he's just trying to end it with one shot.
Yep, he's trying to hit that home run.
And Rojas knows what he wants to do. See, so Rojas beat him to the punch that time with the hook, and he's countering Balderas. Oh, he's tripped.
Yeah, Balderas starting to use the body. You can see a little bit. Trying to gain momentum.
He's doing a little bit of touch and go.
Yeah.
You know, touch and go means as soon as he feels that punch fly and land, he lets his fly at the same time.
Yes, he is, and he's anticipating where Balderas' punches are going. Balderas' punches are powerful. That was a good liver, but he protected his liver pretty well there, and he's firing right back.
Now he's starting to punch with him.
He's very game. Rojas is very game. He understands what's going on in there. He's not in there as a rookie, that's for sure.
The one thing I like about Rojas is where his hands are all the time.
Yes.
He has a tight defense, which is helping him out to get through this fight.
And even when he missed that wild right hand, he rolled under from the counter, and he rolled again after he landed it.
And he
4,
shells back up
3,
right away.
2, 1.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Let's see if Balderas keeps his emotions intact after his head cut.
Run away, little girl.
Throw you better off.
It really could, especially he just got caught with a nice little short hook there. And these are things that you look for up the road as he progresses.
There's some teachable moments here. Start of the first 60 seconds is the worst thing that could have happened.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
It's almost like it's faded, even though he's throwing big punches.
Through 3, Balderas had never been to round 2. Jorge Rojas has hit some big shots, but he's still in the fight.
Run away, little girl.
Rojas needs a knockout, that's for sure. Balderas needs to change his approach if he wants. Instead of just showing it to him.
So his winner is telling him he needs to let his punches go. He needs to let him fly. He needs to be smart, move around, hit the right shots.
Would you tell the same thing?
Pretty much so. I'd have told him maybe a little earlier, but even coming into the fight,
Run away, little girl.
the last of this sport. You can't come out and do
Run away, little girl.
Everybody's just not going to fall with him, right? So Rojas has shown very dependent the chin at this point, and he's also game. He's fighting back. He's just not taking it. He's giving it back.
Now he's coming forward.
Nice body shot.
Couple of counters. The first one got through. Balderas shakes it off over the missed indication that it did.
And for the first time, you see Balderas on the back foot. And that's what happens. You're resilient, you're firing back, and all of a sudden you become unselfish. certain of yourself because you're saying, wait a minute, I hit you with a hook that knocked everybody out and you still here firing back. So
Run away, little girl.
Yeah, these are the type of fights young fighters need to progress.
Run away, little girl.
The nice thing is he's on air. He's able to go back and look at this fight and assess himself and see what he can say.
Run away,
right
little
there,
girl.
he showed the urgency of the knockout. He threw the hook so hard he turned his head outside of Rojas. He's lucky Rojas to come back with a right hand as he came back in position with his head.
He has a great jab. He needs to use
Run away,
he
little
needs to jab a
girl.
lot more. If he would have set everything up, he probably would have got Rojas out of here with the 2 rounds.
There was the jab that we had not seen since the opening seconds of the fight.
Nice left
Run
hook
away,
from
little
Rojas.
girl.
You're right, Ghost. He needs to go up and down with the jab. He needs to disrupt. He needs to change the rhythms on it. Balance.
Yes, work it, open him up, and then land that big shot easy.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Full boxing out of Rojas.
You can almost make a case for Rojas winning this round.
You could.
Because he's pressing the action and he's landing very effective punches.
Change the tone with that right hand.
Run away, little girl.
Look at Valderas' eyes at the end of the fight. Says, I haven't quite figured this puzzle out yet.
Run away, little
To
girl.
win with a learning curve moment for Carlos Valderas.
This is the Pepsi
Run away, little girl.
and his father drank before he made it round. This is the Pepsi for this model. I see. Show me how it's done. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
On a special night, Sunday, 6 Eastern, FS1.
I'm Renzo Waddle tonight on Fox 32 News. Remembering the hero, the funeral for the man is all about. Thousands of people
Run away, little girl.
need structural homes.
Run away, little girl.
Mark's name will live on at this facility. I see that. Mark has the details for us.
Sweet black pepper bacon sandwiches with twice the crispy caramelized peppered bacon. Experience a breakfast sandwich made for bacon lovers. American
Run away, little girl. Run away, little girl.
Right now at Steak and Shake, pick any 2 items for just $3. The Swiss and Mushroom Steak Burger, Smoky Barbecue Steak Burger, Spicy Chipotle Steak Burger, or a big order of fries. Made fresh to order. Get 2, pay $3. Better burgers, better prices.
The New Year's Eve is coming. Airway to Vegas, Tuesday on
Run away, little girl.
Okay, see you in a minute. Where is he? Oh, not again.
right now at Inside. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free. When you purchase standard installation. Plus, use your store credit card. Pay no interest for 6 months and purchases of
Run away, little girl.
NGB. This day starts. Cheeseburger wrap sandwiches
things in the process. Our main event, Victor Ortiz and Devin Alexander, coming up from El Paso.
When your skin is feeling dry and crinkly, time for Gold Bond Healing Lotion. Penetrates 10 surface layers deep with 7 moisturizers, 3 vitamins. Skin is nourished, healed, healthy looking. Gold Bond Healing. Ultimate lotion, ultimate skin.
I'll never find a safe used car.
Start at thenewcarfax.com.
Show me minivans with no reported accidents. Love it. Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search at theallnewcarfax.com.
Right now at Burger King, mix and match 2 crispy chicken or Whopper sandwiches for just $6. That's 2 crispy chickens made with 100% white meat seasoned chicken filet, or 2 flame grilled Whopper sandwiches, or 1 of each for just $6. The 2 for $6 deal, only at Burger King.
Hey, need fast heartburn relief? Try Cool Mint Zantac. It releases a cooling sensation in your mouth and throat. Zantac works in as little as 30 minutes. Nexium can take 24 hours. Try Cool Mint Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
You probably didn't notice, but something's different about me. Even with the beautiful cars and fast women, there was something missing in my life. Then I found brown sugar.
Try a week of brown sugar free on your phone, tablet, or computer.
Stream the biggest collection of the baddest movies.
Just download the Brown Sugar app now from iTunes or the Google Play Store, or go to brownsugar.com. You dig?
Brown sugar.
Just like Netflix, only blacker.
There's a reason you're here. It's in your blood. The primal need to pit yourself against the unknown. And to do so, dear shopper, requires the very finest of wares. Let's get to it. Rated T to M.
Truly a rich history of boxing here in El Paso, Texas. Here's the mural on the wall of the De Soto Hotel created by Mr. Pano Mendoza, saluting the likes of Oscar de la Hoya, Alex Guerrero, Manny Ortega, Fernie Morales, Luis Camacho, Juan Lascano, to name but a few, all members of the El Paso Boxing Hall of Fame. Devin Alexander headlining tonight's main event, looking to continue his comeback after he took a full 2 years away from the sport. Now back and speaking with full disclosure about the issues that derailed his career, Devin Alexander is ready to rise again.
Well, the reason for my last few losses was because of a surgery. I had surgery after Marcos Maidana fight.
5,
and they prescribed me
4,
some painkillers.
3,
Devin was
2,
always
1.
the hardest person.
Run away, little
Always clean cut, never like to go out, party.
After my sinus surgery, I was prescribed but after a while, I got to take it and continue.
I noticed that Devin wasn't using the medication like he was supposed to, because I would see him taking it more than what he was supposed to. And I would just come to him and say,
Run away, little girl.
Are you taking
Run
meds?
away.
My meds are just take a Tylenol.
Just out. She told me I black out, and I woke up and I saw endless what is going on? Why do you have these people in my house? At that point on, I said, coach.
He broke the news to me about the painkiller situation. It was devastating.
So much moment. I thought, what happened? I believe in people who really want to see you succeed. Badass. That's good.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Maybe a heel. Blocking the sun on the other side. I couldn't see it. I kept on. I saw the light. People that want to do it, stay strong. Stay strong. Have a good person. Tough it out.
Alexander and his wife in the crowd tonight, his rock, his support throughout this whole ordeal. Incredible honesty there from Devin Alexander as he looks to continue his comeback in the sport this evening. We are almost ready now for the main event. Two men battling for redemption and position in this fight tonight after both fell short of the journey that their impressive beginnings and undoubted talent seem to map out. We are going to a short break. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Bring home the taste sensation, Taco Bell's Nacho Fries. Now with delicious bonus content. The Nacho Fries $5 box set. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
Stressful days can lead to sleepless nights, making you feel helpless. Take control of your sleep with Unisom Sleep Tabs. You fall asleep 33% faster and wake up recharged. With all the benefits of a good night's rest, take control of your sleep with Unisom.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
Are you ready?
But you got to go home with me. I forgot some good old love and then I got
Watch more of the sport that makes you feel more. Corona, presenting sponsor of Premier Boxing Champions.
It's a very warm welcome back to the Don Haskins Center in El Paso, Texas. The atmosphere really building now as we get ready for the main event and the fighters make their way into the stadium. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for this one, which is sponsored by Corona, who invite you to find your beach. Tonight's main event featuring Victor Ortiz up against Devin Alexander, two fighters who have long been on each other's radar but have never before met in the ring. The same age, both are southpaw, almost identical in height and reach. Both have records flecked with losses and after shaky times look to use this fight tonight to re-establish themselves within the division. For the intros, over to Ray Flores.
Gentlemen, from the Don Haskins Center here in El Paso, Texas, Premier Boxing Champions now features the main event. Live on Fox, 12 rounds in the welterweight division. Your referee in charge is John Shorley. Devin Alexander.
I'm Devin Alexander the Great.
Starting off strong here.
I'm ready to get back to the top. Victor Ortiz, I'm coming for you.
Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He comes in wearing the white with the red. His professional record, 27 wins, 14 of those coming by way of knockout against 4 losses. Hailing from St. Louis, Missouri, he is the former 2-division world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Devin Alexander.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Run away, little girl.
I am vicious Victor. People have counted me out my entire life.
And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in wearing the silver and the red. As a professional, 32 wins, 25 of those coming by way of knockout, against 6 losses and 2 draws. Fighting out of Ventura, by way of Garden City, Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former champion, Vicious Victor.
Good. Okay, guys, WBC title eliminated. With a good clean fight. Obey my command. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck.
Okay, my friends, it's time. Standing by with the call, Sean Grande, Robert Guerrero, and Virgil Hunter.
As the contrast in styles here is extraordinary, but the stakes for both could not be any higher.
Yeah, this is it right here. The winner moves on. They can...
Run away, little girl. Run away.
The loser, as we said at the start, can smoke out that back door, goes to the back of a very long line. Follow Victor Ortiz, just how many chances does he get at this level?
Well, one thing we have in common is the same color trunks and shoes. So, we know who we're looking at.
They were born 10 days apart. Their pro debuts were 6 days apart. They knew each other as 7-year-olds. Because of Kevin Ferguson's work in the Police Athletic League, he would bring fighters from Kansas City to fight his fighters from St. Louis. And yet they never met. They never met in the amateurs, not until tonight.
Yeah, they were saying Ortiz was 1 weight class under all the time, so they're meeting here now. Wearing the same colors.
Run away, little
from
girl.
the same region.
Run away.
Thurman needs an opponent. Garcia needs an opponent. Errol Spence might need an opponent. So the difference between winning and losing, you lose a title fight, you might get another chance. The difference between winning and losing this fight is extraordinary. The winner could be fighting for the world title, and the loser, particularly if it's Victor Ortiz, you have to put up your hands and say, what's next?
That's how deep the welterweight division is. Now, what's interesting is Victor is boxing Devin, and you would have to give Devin the advantage in this department. I expected Victor to be a little bit more aggressive, try to take Devin out of his rhythm, and try to get him on the back foot, but he's actually boxing Devin, which could play to Devin's favor.
And the irony, Robert, is that Devin Alexander told us yesterday that the game plan was to pressure Ortiz early.
Yes, they said see what kind of guy he is tonight in the ring. You know, there's been a lot of stuff said about Victor Ortiz where he looks for his way out of fights, which tonight he's here to fight. And Devin Alexander, you know, he's starting to come in now, but he started out boxing really good against Devin Alexander. And he's also said, don't get it wrong, I can box. I have quick enough feet and quick enough hands. And he's showing it.
There might be no better common opponent to illustrate the difference between these two than Marcos Maidana. Devin Alexander basically threw a perfect game in that fight, essentially shut him out, versus Victor Ortiz, who had him down 3 times and then later walked away from that fight.
Yes. Now they're here fighting each other. Styles make fights. That's the great thing about boxing.
And Victor is still bone dry. I don't know what his situation is, but he hasn't warmed up yet. Nice body shot by Ortiz underneath on the counter.
When Victor Ortiz fights, it usually goes viral. Stay tuned.
A welterweight storm is brewing as 2 of the division's heaviest hitters come together. Danny Garcia brings his electric style back into the ring, armed with a devastating left hook that can strike without warning.
Oh my!
But Brandon Rios has his own explosive arsenal, with thunder in both hands. Former champions collide as the welterweight division intensifies. Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios on Showtime.
Huge night of fights coming up on Showtime. Robert, does Brandon Rios have that puncher's chance?
Yeah, he always has a puncher's chance. He comes in shape. He comes in ready to fight with that mentality to win. Put himself in that position also to fight for another world championship. And he's going to come to fight. Brandon Rios knows that's an important fight for him.
David Benavides, the youngest world champion in boxing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Roger, how'd you see round one?
It was a very close round. If I had to give it to anyone, I might give it to Victor Ortiz the last 30 seconds where he landed a couple of good body shots. Nobody really took over. What's interesting is that Victor is more bouncing. He's bouncing more on his legs in this fight. He's using some good feints. Why he's leading with the right hook, I don't know. Maybe see something. Devin is being Devin. This fight is going to be determined down the stretch. Nice left hand by Devin as he doubled at the jab. Again, I think at some point Victor is going to have to be a little more assertive and more aggressive to disrupt Devin's rhythm.
Yes, it's good to see two lefties going at it too. It's usually two righties or a lefty and a righty. We see two lefties in there doing a tremendous job also, because a lot of times you get lefties with another lefty and it's tricky. It's like
it's sloppy. You can be cautious. A lot of things can happen.
Yes, you get so used to fighting right-handers. You get another lefty, it's almost like a right-hander fighting a lefty. Both kind of, you got to change everything. Everything's coming from a different direction.
Ortiz has found a home with the lead right,
particularly on the knee.
Yeah.
And he's throwing that. It seems like with his right hook, he wants to make it. He's bouncing to the body. He wants to make contact with the shoulder so he can steady Devin and bring the left right.
Solid Devin Alexander. So emotional telling that story. Huge cut. Way over the right eye. Ortiz. Devin Alexander, not a very emotional guy normally. Talking to him yesterday, it's not the 2 years he spent away in recovery, the 2 years he gained away when he was under the influence and trying to fight Amir Khan, trying to fight Sean Brooke.
Yes. And it was hard to tell also that he was under the influence of anything.
Kevin Ferguson couldn't tell. They would send him to Minnesota to the Mayo Clinic. They would send him to the Cleveland Clinic and he would come back with a clean bill of health because they didn't know what was wrong.
Well, most world champions have a great poker face.
Run away! Run away!
Devin's right here seems to be bloody. I don't know if it's because he railed up against Ortiz.
I think it is.
But it looks like he's bloody. Right now, this is a chess match.
I think Ortiz's forehead on the top of his hairline.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
You see the damage. Not in a bad spot for now. Devin Alexander, good bounce back here in round two.
Think this guy worries about dandruff? Celta Blue targets the source of dandruff to relieve you into healthy scalp and great looking hair. And try new Celta Blue Active 3-in-1 Body Wash. Free from dandruff and now body active too.
If symptoms of try Sizer. It relieves symptoms while you sleep and keeps from you because Sizer is as effective at hours when you sleep as one. Take Sizer.
Among the things that Victor Ortiz is driven crazy with, you see how he's listening right now? He listens, but then he's
Yes, he said once he takes a good shot, everything goes out the window and he just does what he got to do. So Devin lands some good shots, he might throw everything out the window, his whole game plan.
I have the fight even right now, 1-1. But it was a close round.
So bad. I think 1-1 also.
This would be a very good round for one of the guys. Nice right uppercut back over.
Run away, little girl!
Nice jab.
Run away, little girl!
That's what Victor might be talking about, going into mode. That's what he has to do. I feel that he's going to outbox them. If he's going to win this fight, he has to be back. At some point, Devin will find his range and pick.
He's going.
Nice right hook by Devin.
So solid, so fundamental.
That's what I was alluding to. He took his time the first 2 rounds, and now as Victor insists on boxing, he's giving Devin an opportunity to fight. Devin's a little quicker in his process.
Run away, little girl.
This is the tortoise in the house.
You can hear Kevin Cunningham over telling Devin to do not reach.
Run away, little girl.
Yes, he is. Victor's eye is swollen up. His left eye is starting to swell up pretty bad.
Run away, little girl.
It seemed like it buzzed Ortiz a bit when I saw him.
How will Victor Ortiz respond when he is hurt? That has been the issue throughout his career.
Devin's speed is making a difference.
Run away, little girl.
He caught him with a nice out counter right hook. Victor's not doing bad, but there's a speed discrepancy right here now.
That's what's been heavily talked about. Victor
Run away,
Ortiz took some
little girl.
events that, yeah, I mean, that everyone was just cheating the box.
Run away, little girl.
Alexander said it took him 7 or 8 rounds to just put that fight in his rhythm.
Run away, little girl.
Now Victor's just following now. Looking at a big punch to try to turn it around in his favor. It seems like strategy's going out the window.
High stakes, high intensity, and a big 3rd round for Devin Alexander.
Run away, little girl.
Right now at Burger King, you can get 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and a drink for just $3.49. And you can get 10 chicken nuggets for just $1.69. That's 2 great deals on the King Savings Menu, only at Burger King.
After 19 years of pro ball, I'm okay. Icy Hot lets me power past it.
Icy Hot No Mess Roll-On. Powerful relief for shoulders,
Run
backs,
away,
and even
little girl.
arthritis. Icy to dull pain, hot to relax your minutes.
Icy Hot. Power past
Devin Alexander said, I will take what is left of Victor Ortiz's heart.
Right here after the end of the round, Victor tapped Devin's gloves, and that could be a sign of conceding. I don't like that this early in the fight, particularly the importance of the fight.
Almost like, you know, you knock a guy down in the NBA, you pick him back up. No, that's he's on the other team.
He's acknowledging that you're winning the fight. You're getting to me. He's acknowledging. So let's. He wants to be a good sport. I don't know what his intentions were when he did that.
He's trying to cool. He's trying to cool Alexander down.
Yeah, he's trying to cool him down, or maybe it's in his DNA. I don't know.
Robert, how do you have it through 3?
I got 2 rounds of 1 for Alexander.
Alexander is catching Victor with some real short punches as Victor falls in. He's bringing his head forward first sometimes before he punches. And Alexander's taking advantage of that.
He's able to do that and take advantage because of the fact that he's firing a nice jab. He's working behind that jab. Every time Victor comes in, he fires that jab. Any move he makes, he fires the jab, just like that. And his subtle footwork, too. Subtle moves where he's still in range to land that jab or land a left hand.
Exactly. Very good analogy, goes. Now you see Victor changing his posture so much now, so he's unsure what he wants to do. And it'll show a fighter that he doesn't have an identity yet of who he truly is. He's 1 minute he's up and down, 1 minute he's rolling his shoulders left, right like he's doing now. He's trying to get into a rhythm that works best for him, but Devin is capitalizing on everything he's doing because he's unsure why he's doing it.
Yes, and Devin's very composed too.
That's been his best punch throughout the course of the fight.
Very good punch and a nice follow-up left. Devin took it well. Again, if Victor's going to get back in it, he needs that wake-up punch. He needs that punch that's going to favor him to motivate him. But Devin takes it right back from him. That's very mentally tough to deal with. When I got something going and all of a sudden you give it right back.
Yeah, Devin looks very comfortable in the ring right now.
He's looking for his left uppercut now, Devin. When he leans out and his legs spread out, he's looking for the left uppercut if Victor falls in. And he has a very deadly left uppercut.
Set up his win over Walter Castillo and set up the knockout in his comeback fight.
Nice jab. That was a stick-em jab. That's a discouraging jab right there. He stepped right into it, got all of it.
Those are those ones that swell your eyes up.
Yeah.
Alexander gaining momentum.
Right there, Devin Alexander's a perfect range to land his shots.
Kevin Ferguson has been a father figure for Devin Alexander. He has done God's work in St. Louis. Place Athletic League, former policeman. Alexander family.
All right? You can't box with you. So ain't no other game plan. All right? So all right, you got to get off. When you throw that one shot, you counter that one shot, slide back to the center. You can't do nothing to the center.
Kevin Cunningham giving great instructions to Devin what to look for. They have a plan and a strategy, and he's giving Devin the blueprint. He's showing him what to look for. And so that keeps Devin very confident on what he's doing because everything Kevin is telling him, it's working.
Carlos Vargas is doing a great job also in the corner, keeping that swelling down.
He is.
He has it under control pretty good.
That looked like it would be a lot worse 7-8 minutes ago.
Because Devin's landing beautiful right hooks off that jab and keeping that eye puffy.
One of the best cut men in the business, Carlos Vargas.
Kevin Cunningham was talking yesterday about what Devin went through. You can see there was so much frustration because he is so invested in Devin Alexander and this comeback. He just did not know what to do. He had spent his life taking care of his fighter and getting him to the top level, and he didn't have any answers. He didn't know what to do. That's why this comeback means so much to both of them.
It's a very inspirational story. It's a story that could help a lot of people, particularly with Devin being a fighter and overcoming that. I'm sure he has a story to help others who are going through that struggle, which happens to be an epidemic in the country now.
He's a very private guy, is Kevin Alexander, but he knows exactly, Virgil, what you're talking about, the importance of telling that story and the importance of that jab, which is really opening up opportunities for him now in round 5.
He just landed a big left hand on Victor. And it's like Victor's almost walking to it now.
Yeah, it seems like all game plan of boxing just went out the window.
That's what we've seen before.
Just like he said, sometimes when I get hit, everything goes out the window, and he's just walking right into punches, following, not even cutting the ring, and it's doing a disservice to him.
Now Devin is talking to him, and that can't help the situation, particularly if Victor is mentally fragile at this point.
Beautiful combination.
And I think we ought to remember that three-piece that just landed there, the three-punch combination. If Devin can put in three-punch combinations, it could be a matter of time. And he just did it. He's been landing a 2, now he's getting a 3 through. And we're in the 5th round of 12.
Yeah, now he's really starting to go to work off that jab.
He is. There's the uppercut.
That uppercut you talked about.
It's the left when he wants. He's showing him the right. When he's showing him the right hooks, he wants that left uppercut, and he's tilting over. He wants Victor to bring the right hook so he can slip outside of it and bring it. Came over the top that time.
Ortiz gets inside and pays the price. Big round for Devin Alexander. He was loading up looking for the left uppercut instead. He goes over with the left, and the right uppercut lands. Devin Alexander rolling.
March 3rd, heavyweight hostility reaches an all-time high as American champ Deontay Wilder faces his greatest threat yet, Cuban superstar Luis King Kong Ortiz.
I want it for you. Luis Ortiz, I'm coming for you.
Two of the most dangerous heavyweights face off, and bad blood will be shed.
Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, this is going to be a hell of a fight.
Saturday, March 3rd at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Showtime.
Don't waste my time, lesser creature.
20 years ago, Oscar De La Hoya put 50,000 people next door in the Sun Bowl. Saw the El Paso Boxing Hall of Fame earlier. Devin Alexander tonight put that mouse under the eye of Victor Ortiz, and he has gotten better as this fight has gone on. The first round was very close. They all kind of leaned towards Victor Ortiz, but it's been all Devin Alexander since.
Yes, Alexander took that ring generalship.
Ortiz is still trying. He's not giving up yet, but it's slowly getting away from him. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his eyes right now. And he's battling a lot of connect situations. And what I mean by that is his eye is swelling up. He's getting hit with punches in the middle of the face now. It can't be comfortable for him right now, but he's still pressing. He said he would fight for his life, and that's what he's doing.
Robert, 4-1 through 5?
Yes, I got Alexander 4 rounds to 1. He's just doing a great job, you know, behind that jab, landing that will, landing uppercuts, landing those hooks, sticking that nice jab. He's doing a tremendous job of it. That ring generalship, and that's what wins you fights.
That left uppercut is going to come. He's slipping outside of it, but he's bringing that left over the top to get Victor to raise his hands up. He's going to slip outside of that lead and bring that uppercut.
Where is there opportunity for Ortiz here, guys?
He has to land a big punch at this point and hurt Devin and turn the fight around. He needs a big round for himself and also to keep Devin honest. Devin is pretty much starting to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, he needs to change that tone of himself when, like you said, Virgil, land that big shot to change his game, to give him that confidence back that he can get in and land some shots.
We have seen wild swings in Victor Ortiz fights.
He's telegraphing what he's doing by dipping to the sides. He's dipping right into what Devin wants him to do. He's going left, right, left, right. That's easily timed. Right up the middle.
This shot in a while from Ortiz, that brings the crowd back into it.
Let's give him credit. He's fighting back.
He is.
I think that last combination right there brought him back to life.
Yes.
Don't get reckless a little bit, okay? Nice work. So that's what I want on the inside. He's not going to move so much anymore. You notice he's starting to slow down a little bit? So one thing I don't want to do is just jump straight in on him so he catches us with those straight shots. So So I want to move that head, move that head. When I get inside, keep those hands up tight, rolling those shoulders, and working both hands, okay? So a couple times you're getting off to this side now. Come back with that straight left hand right down the pipe. Don't loop it. Shoot it straight down the pipe. Okay? How you feeling?
Joseph Janet, Coach Haas.
We embrace
this is what he's talking about.
This is why we fight. We don't want to come in and beat up on somebody easy. We want to come in and have a challenge and show these people what we're made of. There we go. Go back out.
He's been such a passionate supporter of Victor Ortiz, who has taken the slings and arrows from the internet and beyond, and much of it deserved.
Yes, he looks focused too, where, you know, he's listening to the corner. He just got to come out and execute what his coach is saying. Beautiful uppercut.
Yeah. He hit that right uppercut earlier. He tried in round 6. Very nearly landed it.
Like he wants to make something happen for himself. I like the way he came out of the corner. Very spirited, and he threw. He took some punches for his efforts, but this is the way he has to go right now to turn the fight around for himself.
Yeah, he walked right into a beautiful lead uppercut.
Well, Ortiz's corner, Haas feels that Devin is slowing down and getting tired because he's standing stationary. I don't know if that's the case. I think Devin is comfortable in the pocket because he's having success.
Remember, these two keenly aware, not just the import of a victory, but looking good. Be in that water cooler conversation on Monday. That's what gets you back in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Not just win, but win impressively on a very busy weekend in the sport.
And they're going to war.
They are.
Every round's been, you know, back and forth, back and forth. You know, Devin Alexander's doing the majority of the work, but Victor Ortiz is right there, you know, 1 or 2 shots right behind.
Well, Victor is initiating right now, and that's good.
Alexander's combinations have been so sharp.
They're landing on the money, and that's what's so crucial in this fight. He's doing the damage. Victor is landing some good punches, but Ortiz is just accurate with everything at this point. Alexander is.
The one thing Alexander's doing also is his punches are a lot tighter.
Much tighter.
A lot tighter, and his combinations are a lot efficient and faster.
When I asked Devin Alexander about watching the fights back when he was battling with the pills, he said, I didn't even recognize the fighter. I did not recognize myself. The reflexes weren't there. It was like watching somebody completely different. It was so difficult to watch. You can see he is back. He is so sharp right now.
And Ortiz, he's fighting with heart tonight.
He
Yes,
is.
he is. He's backing up what he said he was going to do, and this fight is not over.
Like we were saying, Ortiz is that wild card. One punch can change everything.
He has won fights he was losing. He has lost fights he was winning.
This is the Ortiz that everybody loves to watch.
Yes.
That one that comes forward and fights with heart.
The left uppercut is definitely going to come. Ortiz is tilting right over there, and Devin is leading him over there. Unless Ortiz turns it around.
Good round for Victor Ortiz. Aggressive start to finish.
Beautiful uppercut. Lead right into it. That's a dangerous shot to come in with, but he landed it nice. That overhand right also is right there. Like we were talking, those punches, keeping him tight is what's helping Alexander out to get his shots off quick, because Victor Ortiz is looping a lot of shots and throwing everything with power.
This has been the exact opposite of the Victor Ortiz that people criticize for looking for ways out of fights. It's been exactly the opposite.
Make sure you fire off of it with it tight and short.
Yes, it is.
All right? Short hooks.
No matter what happens tonight, you have to give him his credit and his desire to win this fight. He's still up. He's still off his stool. He's still pushing the action. He's taking the punches, and he's trying his best to deliver them back. And I believe he does believe that he believes Devin is tiring now. But if he stays on the outside again, he'll turn it right back to Devin's favor. He needs to remain aggressive.
Yes, he needs to keep pressing. I'd like to see him press behind a double jab.
That would be a good move for him.
Big combination from Ortiz. You guys both said Devin Alexander's been very comfortable in the pocket, even as Victor Ortiz is landing bigger shots here in the middle round.
Yes, it's that focus that he has. He's really comfortable in there, landing those shots, especially those uppercuts and then those hooks right off of it. He does a really good job of weathering the storm when Victor does come with a flurry of punches.
And it continues to discourage Victor. Not that he won't keep trying, but he's got to be asking himself, gee, every time I get something going, he answers me back. So we're starting all over again. It's like he can't grab it and keep going.
The one thing that Devin Alexander's doing good is he's staying consistent throughout the round.
But we can't forget that Victor Ortiz can punch.
Yes. And that's one thing that he always has in the bag. He has that ace under his sleeve all the time to land a big shot.
Yes, he can.
Especially with the right hook.
Yes, he did.
He threw a good right hook and Devin answering him with two. He's got to be saying, gee, what can I do here? He's fighting a good fight, Victor is. But Devin seems to be on top of his game tonight a little bit more.
Two veterans living up to the stakes of this fight.
Devin's going back to the jab. If he does, that can make it a little bit more difficult.
Who dare summon me?
Nice body shot by Alexander.
It was.
Now he's starting to press.
Well, you notice when he uses his jab, Victor will stand there. When he shoots the first jab, Victor will just stand there for the follow-up punch.
It was like you were saying earlier.
It freezes him.
He starts rocking back and forth.
Yeah.
And when he presses forward with that jab, it opens it up for him.
Devin has to get a lot of credit for his defense tonight. Victor is making contact, but Devin has deflected a lot of his power shots.
That, Devin Alexander would tell you, is the difference between him now and 3 years ago. Well, this has been good stuff. Good start to the round for Victor Ortiz.
Yes, he came out strong, firing combinations. And then Alexander started pressing forward, working behind his jab and landing nice combinations. The one thing he does nice throughout the rounds is he stays consistent throughout the whole round. You know, picking and poking and landing shots. With
Take a deep breath, man. Going in round 9, we got 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 4 rounds left. We gotta start closing that distance. Just need to bang them up a little bit. Hey, his legs are going, so it's not gonna be hard to walk him down. You just don't want to jump straight in. That's it. I want to run into a shot. Off to the side. That's it, right? Good work. Really good work. You having fun still? Okay. Keep that head moving. Keep those hands up. Hands up, head moving, nice shots.
The early part of Victor Ortiz's life was not full of people who believed in him, who were there for him.
yes, that plays a big role, you know, having those people behind you, because everybody knows if you don't have that support system, you can break.
And Joseph Janik, Coach Haas, has been there.
Coach Haas gave Victor some interesting instructions. He wants Victor to walk Devin down now.
A little easier said than done.
A little easier said than done, but at the same time, he needs to be calculating in how he does it. You just don't march in.
Yes, he needs to be coming forward through behind a nice solid jab.
Nice solid jab, because if he gets hit with something solid, it'll double the impact.
Robert Victor Ortiz won round 1. Has he won any of them since?
Yeah, I felt he edged out that last round. You know, he did a good job. You know, he came out strong. He finished pretty good. You know, so I think he edged out that last round. See, when he presses, he got to make something happen.
Yeah.
When he gets that closes that distance, he got to let those punches, he got to let both hands fly, not just one hook and then let Alexander tie him up. He got to fire both shots.
Ortiz is stalking, but he's not throwing enough value.
Yes. What's happening now, because of the accumulation of the headshots, Victor is coming to him straight up in his legs now. He is trying to bend when he gets there, but he's coming straight up now, which lets you know that the headshots are bothering him and sort of discombobulating him now where he's staying down in his legs. Those are the effects those sharp punches have on him. So he's punching, but he's punching in an upright position. That's not to say he can't get something through, but could be a little harder. He's walking to him straight up now, whereas before he was moving his head, he was bobbing and weaving. He was doing some other things, but now he's just walking straight in.
And by walking straight in and straight up,
he's getting hit with several punches at a time.
Yes, and he's also smothering himself. And with Alexander, with those shorter punches, he's able to land those nice tight little hooks, little flurries.
And allowing Devin to come underneath now.
The legs right now are telling the story.
Yes, he's straight up now. He does bend when he gets there and throw his power shot.
Crowd again, they know Victor Ortiz is behind, but they appreciate the heart with which he has fought tonight.
Nice uppercut. I don't know if it landed, but a nice try by Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz always has that love-hate relationship with the fans. You know, when he comes out and fight, they love him. And then on the back burner, they hate him at the same time, you know, so it's one of those things. But like Victor Ortiz takes it, he always says, you know, whatever.
Well, I think he's given a great account of himself tonight, and he's in with another great fighter. It's just a great fight. It's a great fight to watch. And even though it's one-sided on the scorecards, it's much closer in the action.
Oh, yes.
The point is that unlike in past fights, Victor Ortiz is still alive going to these championship rounds.
Very action-packed fight.
He's tired. He's really tired, so he's trying to pick his spots where he can throw combinations. So when he throws his combinations, you keep your hands up, your chin down, and you keep walking towards him with those little angles, nice quick feet, and then you work. He's tired, okay? He's probably gonna try to save a little bit for the 12th round, so I wanna work these next 2 rounds. I really wanna work, okay? Make sure as soon as we get done working, those hands are back up, we're moving our head, okay? I don't mind the little
Nice
ties,
body shot by Ortiz. What he needs to do is he needs to work off that jab, but just not walk straight in. He needs to work off that jab and land his shots. Alexander's setting his shots up really nice. He fires his combinations. The way he brings it back down to the body, really starting to
mixing them up well.
Coach Haas says he's tired. Truth or hope?
I don't think he's tired. I think he's settled into the fight. I think he does have one more gear left if he needs it.
I don't think he's tired either. The one thing that Ortiz's coach is doing good is he's keeping him in the fight, keeping him live, pushing him. Hey, he's tired, so
exactly.
It goes to Victor Ortiz's head. He's tired. Okay, I got to press on him.
Exactly.
That's what they see. So that's being a good corner man. That's going to really encourage you to get out there and fire.
You see Devin trying to smother in Victor's work right now, and he'll just get his shots off, smother it, and try to get his shots off.
Elbows are in, gloves are up for Alexander now, playing it smart.
It's a great fight.
Yeah, this is a great fight.
What both of them needed.
What was that?
What both of them needed.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Now Victor's going into relaxed mode and leaving himself open for a big shot now.
What Victor needs to do is he needs to keep pressing forward behind that jab.
Most definitely.
He needs to change the speed of his jab also.
But
you know, mix it up. Slow jabs, fast jabs, double, triple jabs. You know, to close that gap to land some shots. But if you come in with one, you can't just come in with one jab with Alexander because he's a great boxer and a great counterpuncher at the same time, and his punches are really, really tight.
There's the uppercut again. That right uppercut has found a home 3-4 times now.
Now, if you can hear the sound of the punches, I don't know if our viewing audience can, you can hear more slap in Victor's punches now. They're not thudding as they were. Devin still sounds sharp. That's not to say Victor can't get you out of there. He's a very strong puncher, but I can hear more slap in his punches, particularly on the inside. See, he barely moved Devin, even though he threw it with everything he had, rotated his hips to everything. Devin didn't even move off the spot. So it's more arm punching he's doing now. Devin's just bogart forward, doing what Victor should be doing. Devin seems to be taking this round off, knowing he's got the fight in the books and want to close the fight strong.
Yeah, Jesus letting a lot more punches go from the outside.
Devin is being defensive and making him work and just looking to catch him with something.
Just the way he carried his hands, he was changing his approach starting this round.
Just dropped a real nice two-punch combination on Ortiz.
I think that might have helped Ortiz, you know, lightening up on the punches a lot more smooth because everything he was throwing was with power.
Yeah.
And you know this, Virgil, when you throw everything with power, a lot of times it doesn't land right.
Exactly.
Another very strong round for Devin Alexander.
Yes, Alexander came out, you know, with the tight defense, firing body shots, firing those uppercuts that he wanted to get in there. But Ortiz was right back also, you know, boxing on the outside and doing a good job doing that.
2 years ago, they questioned Devin Alexander's skills and they questioned Victor Ortiz's heart. And both of those questions have certainly been answered tonight.
Oh, definitely they've been answered tonight. The fans going crazy. I mean, he's doing a great job tonight, you know, getting in there and mixing it up. And that's the kind of Victor Ortiz everybody loves to watch.
Good analogy, Ghost. This round is going to be very significant. I feel like Devin took the round off even though he was successful in picking his way to winning the round. Victor exerted a lot of energy that last round trying to push the issue. So let's see how this round turns out. I'm looking for a great round here.
He's exerted a lot of energy the last few rounds trying to figure out this puzzle.
So
this
Devin comes right out.
Yeah. This is the Devin Alexander of 5-6 years ago.
He wants to close this show. Victor gave up a lot of energy the last round. Good combination by Victor. He came back up top. Didn't land clean, but it was thrown nice.
And that's what Victor needs to do right there is throw more punches on the inside like that to the body, bring it back to the head, and mix it up. A lot of times he jumps in with the shot like he just did, and then he gets tied up. And he smothers himself.
And he's sort of telegraphing the shots now, Ghost.
Yes, he is. He's telegraphing them.
See, he fell in that time right into Devin's wheelhouse. Devin's right under his legs. Victor fell right into his wheelhouse.
You talked earlier about being a tenth of a second slow. That's what happens.
That's what you see there. And the legs coming up high on his legs the last couple of rounds gives the indication his legs are tired. He's been hit with a lot of good shots that would make your legs tired. But I don't have anything negative to say about Victor Ortiz tonight.
No, he's fighting a tremendous fight.
He's giving it everything he has. You can't take it away from him.
Yes. Anybody had any questions about having heart?
Exactly.
There it is, because he's in a good firefight with Alexander.
He's taken enough to quit if he wanted to quit.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's not showing the nice body shot, but he's not showing the urgency that he needs. He's going to try to pull out a knockout.
He's fought with heart, but the legs are a question.
Devin's accuracy is driving a little bit off slow. It's a real good fight. Very good fight.
out of the clinch. Make sure we're backing out nice and tight, and then right back on them. We got to press them this round. Okay, make them uncomfortable. Okay, I want to make them real uncomfortable. I don't want to make it ugly. I want it to be beautiful for you. Nice sharp shots. Hands up, rolling, tight punches. That's right.
I think, man, David Alexander's taking this fight. Ortiz needs to knock him out this round, so he needs to come and give it all he got.
Two former world champions, and they have fought like it tonight.
I think what was interesting is Coach Haas told Victor he didn't want him to get caught with anything crazy. Well, it's the 12th round, and you're behind. You can't worry about that now. You have to just go get it and take that risk.
How about this El Paso crowd?
Very, very engaged crowd. And a nice one for a PBC night.
Yes, sir. Especially the fight we have in front of us.
They have taken two very different paths to this night. But both former world champions, both going through issues that were self-inflicted, that set them back, that kept them from their dream, that kept them from their promise. But tonight, in some ways, with their careers and their futures on the line, they have both delivered 12 minutes and 12 rounds apart.
Yes, they did. That just goes to show what kind of fighters they are, not just inside of the ring, but outside of the ring also.
Both of them are in heart mode right now. The condition and everything else is left. They're in heart mode, and who wants it the most, who's digging the most, who wants it the most. I see both guys want it. It's just who has just enough left.
Victor needs to knock him out.
And he needs a knockout. And I think Devin knows that. So he can pick and choose his spots without putting himself in danger. But he's right there in Victor's sights.
Victor Ortiz put away the parachuting. He put away the marathoning. He turned down movie roles because that will be there for him. This will not. He knew he needed a great performance tonight. Not just to win, not just to get back in the mix, but really for himself, for his legacy.
This is what the fans have to respect about fighters. You see all sort of negative things said about these kids on social media and everything. And this is when you see this part of the game, this is what they don't understand. They should compliment anybody and everybody who gets in this ring. This is what you see tonight.
Yes, you're absolutely right on that, Virgil.
Enjoy the final 20 seconds of two champions with extraordinary heart.
From 7 years old to 30 years old.
It was worth the wait.
Yes, sir. And what a treat for El Paso fans.
Great fight.
A performance of heart for Victor Ortiz, but for Devin Alexander, it appears for Alexander the Great, there are more worlds left to conquer.
Every time it's too nice out to be a work day, a Corona gets its line. And every time you decide Tuesday should feel like a Saturday, a Corona gets its line. Every time you've got a view like that, or every time the best seat in the house isn't in the house. Every time the stars come out to play, or you dance the night away, a Corona gets its line. And every time you put that away, a Corona gets its line.
Did you know pain is caused by aggravated nerves? Now there's the Aspercreme with lidocaine patch. It quickly desensitizes aggravated nerves to block pain for maximum strength relief with no odor or irritation. Aspercreme with lidocaine patch. Relieve the nerves. Stop.
Allergy congestion makes you feel trapped. Break through with Allegra D5-in-1 relief. It works fast. As it transmits to this and decongestant.
took a long time, but Victor Ortiz and Devin Alexander found themselves in an extraordinary 12-round fight tonight.
Round 3, Devin Alexander was boxing really good, but Ortiz was right in his face, landing great shots. Beautiful hook by Alexander in the 5th round. Beautiful 1-2 by Alexander. 7th round, nice uppercut by Alexander. Victor Ortiz wasn't going nowhere though. He was right back in there. Came back with a beautiful combination. Beautiful combination again by 12th round was just an animal of 2 guys going out there and just making it happen.
You see the numbers, and the credit to Victor Ortiz here, as brilliant as Devin Alexander was, he closed that gap as the fight went on.
Yes, he did. He did close that gap. The difference between that was Alexander's punches were right on point.
Only one piece of business left, and Ray Flores has got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at ringside, Don Griffin, scores the bout 115 to 113 for Ortiz. Overruled by judges Glenn Crocker and Javier Martinez, who have the contest 114 to 114. This bout has been declared a majority draw.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Incredible fight.
There is some poetry in this fight ending in a draw because of the way they fought. But technically, I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of problems with Devin Alexander not winning this fight.
Yes, I felt that he had done around. He did a great job. Did a great job too. The judges seen it different. They're the final call. Some judges like that pressure. Some judges score different. Some like that boxer, clean punching. Texas judges, they love that pressure.
Virgil, what did you think?
Well, anytime a fight is taken on the ropes, it looks different than the judges that's sitting on the other side and one that's sitting on this side. So that's why it's so important to keep the fight in the middle of the ring so all 3 judges can get it right. In this case, I don't know what the criteria was for them to score the fight a draw. It's quite obvious to any trained eye that Devin Alexander won the fight. Not taking away anything from Victor Ortiz's effort. He put up a gallant effort, but they both get another life.
So on a night we thought Victor Ortiz and Devin Alexander would slip from the conversation, maybe now, Kate, the conversation is just beginning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sean. So that result leaving some scratching their heads. All the same, it has been an absolutely electric night of boxing here in El Paso, Texas. Caleb Plant showing his class and remaining undefeated. Carlos Balderas continuing his pro journey with another success. A majority draw in the main event. Devin Alexander looking fast, sharp, absolutely back to his best. Victor Ortiz giving the fans the Victor Ortiz that they know and love. It's been a fantastic year on Fox. We've got loads more sporting events coming up for you on the main network, of course, as well. The greatest day in all of racing returns this weekend. The Daytona 500 kicks off the new season tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, with the pre-race beginning at 11 a.m. only on Fox. Remember to get over to Showtime for more boxing in tonight's main event. Danny Garcia facing former world champ Brandon Rios in a welterweight eliminator fight in Las Vegas, but that puts a bow on tonight's boxing here on Fox. From Sean, Robert, Virgil, and our entire crew, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the night of boxing. Thanks for the company, and good night.
A rematch of one of 2017's best fights. And this one has turned out to be a pretty good affair as well.
It really is. It's a fight that's been mostly dominated by Ugas, but there have been some really good exchanges, and Robinson has been in there battling away. So it's been kind of entertaining, I think.
And the second half of this scheduled 12-round fight begins with Jordanis Ugas in the white with red trunks. His opponent, the new Ray Robinson, sporting the black and white.
Ray Robinson fought Sean Porter on our Showbox series and fought a very, very good fight against him, lost the decision.
5, 4,
A
3,
textbook 1-2
2,
and Ugas
1.
hit the jackpot. In Las Vegas, he tries to close the show on the new Ray Robinson.
Robinson trying to hook. Use that right hook.
Traffic. Oh, Jordanis Ugas here at round 7. And Ugas, he can't fight this feeling. The biggest win of his career. Jordanis the Black Prince Ugas records the 10th stoppage win of his career. He improves to 21-3 and takes that all-important next step in one of the sport's most talent-laden divisions, the welterweight division.
This young man, since he has moved up to welterweight, is 6-0 now, and this weight agrees with him.
That's a statement win, too.
That's for sure. And this is where the knockdown came. We'll see two looks at it, the right hand and what else?
And this time there was no step on the foot.
No, definitely not. And the right hand was such a dominant story in this fight for Ugas. Robinson in a vulnerable position.
Yeah. Well, it's right on that side of the head, which is where the equilibrium is, right by the ear. I feel like your skull is like thinner. I'm not a scientist or anymore. Man, why used to get hit behind the ear? That thing used to shake you a little bit. Your equilibrium is behind your ears.
You're not a scientist, but you play one on TV. Here is the place where the stoppage. I thought Ugas was very smart to just move his hands as much as possible and make referee Robert Bird kind of have to come in.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to Robinson to hold or stop that momentum from coming. If you don't, then, you're going to force Bird to stop. He started looking back at the end, but that was very, very stepping in.
And so, big win for Ugas.
Of course, Ugas would like to parlay that Olympic bronze medal into professional gold. As we revisit the show stats now.
You know, Ugas, a lot of those power punches, which is anything other than the jab, were body punches, and the rest were right hands to the head. He landed that punch so often, and even though he threw a lot less punches than Robinson, he did a much better job with his in terms of power and accuracy.
Robinson losing for the third time, but getting stopped for the first time this year. And now let's make it official with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 1 minute 5 seconds in round number 7. A referee in charge, Robert Bird, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. Jordanis
Ugas, not afraid to utter the names like Errol Spence Jr. This guy's confident, and he is definitely becoming a prime-time player at welterweight. Paulie, what did you like most about Jordanis Ugas' victory?
Well, obviously, the fact that it was a knockout victory. This was a crossroads fight where both guys, you weren't sure who could get to the next level. They were both almost there, and this fight would catapult the winner to another level. Ugas really catapulted himself because it wasn't just the fact that he won the fight, it was the way he won it, and especially the way he finished it.
Yeah, very much so. And this was a fight that could have ended up being a tactical win, but this is a marketing statement for him.
All right, let's take a look at the official scores here in Las Vegas at the time of the stoppage. And all three judges had it in favor of the winner, Jordanis Ugas, as we bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood.
Mo, I had it 60-52. I thought it was a very easy fight to score.
Ugas landed the bigger shots. It seemed like every shot he landed moved Robinson or hurt him or snapped his head back. And as far as Robinson, you know you're having a tough night when you score a knockdown and you lose the round 10-8. Of course, the knockdown came after the bell. So very clear win for Ugas, and the scores were indicative of that from the official judges.
And Ugas dedicating this fight to his family back home in Cuba. Would love to join 154-pound champion Erislandy Lara's current Cuban world titleist. Let's go back to Brian Custer.
All right, Mo, thank you very much. Congratulations, Jordanis Ugas. I got the opportunity to do a couple of his fights. Listen, he fought guys on short notice. He blew away top unbeaten prospects. And there's a reason why a number of guys, the top guys I'm talking about at 147, aren't lining up to fight this guy. He's big for 147. You can see he is strong, and he will certainly make some noise in the welterweight division. Well, coming up next, it is super middleweight. It's a title rematch between David Benavidez and Ronald Gavril. And then it is our main event, Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios in a 12-round welterweight bout. Now, 3 weeks ago, Showtime and Premier Boxing Champions announced our lineup for the first half of 2018. And really, it was a galaxy of stars that were assembled for this unprecedented media event.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, representing Showtime Championship Boxing schedule for the first half of 2018. 12 world title attractions, 12 world champions, and 14 undefeated fighters. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Showtime!
It was impressive, and here's what's ahead on Showtime Championship Boxing. Big month of boxing in March. Saturday, March 3rd, triple header headlined by the showdown of undefeated heavyweight sluggers. The WBC champion Deontay Wilder defends his belt against unbeaten Luis King Kong Ortiz. Long-awaited grudge match. And then unbeaten middleweight Jamal Charlo takes on Hugo Centeno Jr. And Andre Durrell squares off with Jose Uzcategui in a rematch of their controversial fight from last May. Saturday, March 10th, unbeaten 3-division champion Mikey Garcia goes for a title in a 4th weight division. He challenges IBF junior welterweight champion Sergey Lipinets. In the co-main, the rematch for the vacant WBA super lightweight title. Francis Barthélemy takes on Kirill Relic. Then Saturday, March 31st, we will bring you live coverage from Cardiff, Wales, as the IBF WBA champion Anthony Joshua fights WBO champ Joseph Parker. It's a title unification bout. Undefeated heavyweights. You don't want to miss that one. And then Saturday, April 7th, a 154-pound unification bout. WBA champ Erislandy Lara taking on IBF titleist Jared Herb. Saturday, April 21st, always controversial. Adrian Broner fights Omar Figueroa Jr., 12-round junior welterweight bout. And then former world champ Gervonta Davis is also featured in the co-main event. And then coming Saturday, May 19th, we'll bring you a boxing doubleheader from separate sites. You got unbeaten WBA and WBC welterweight champ Keith One-Stop Thorne defends his two belts at the Coven Center. And from Canada, we'll have Adonis Stevenson defending his WBC light heavyweight belt. And then looking ahead to June, on Saturday, June 9th, from Staples Center in Los Angeles, it's a rematch between Leo Santa Cruz and Linares for the WBA featherweight title. Plus, Mel Charlo returns to the ring defending his WBC 154-pound title. And in Saturday, June 16th, one of boxing's brightest stars, the undefeated IBF welterweight kingpin, Errol Spence Jr. is back and fighting in his hometown of Dallas, Texas. Really an incredible lineup of fights on tap from Showtime in the coming months, but right now, we got to go to Jim Grant. These were two very prominent welterweights. Jim.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. Indeed, I am. Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. We'll start with Sean. You guys had a press conference just about an hour ago here before these fights came out, and you guys got into it a little bit. Sean, tell us what your plans are here for the future and how much you can do that with Keith who has the belts.
You know what, honestly, I spoke to Keith. I just want answers. I haven't spoken to Keith in a very long time, and I just want to know where he was going to go. He tells me he's not planning on fighting until May. I got to get back going, so I'll look to fight somewhere in June, July.
Who will that be again?
We got to figure it out. We got a big fight going on right here tonight with Danny Garcia and Brandon Rios. The winner of that will be up for grabs. So one of those guys.
What would you like to see happen in this division?
I'd like to see some damage by Sean Porter.
Keith, Danny Garcia, you fought, and Sean, and you've beaten them. Errol Spence is out there. In fact, Errol has kind of called you out a bit. You're coming off the elbow surgery. Let's go through first things first. May 19th, you'll fight at Panda. Who will that be against, and how's your elbow?
We still don't have an opponent, and no name's being thrown around. I expect my manager team to start giving my team some phone calls about potential opponents for the up-and-coming date. Outside of that, later this year, we want to do a nice fight for you guys. I don't know if we're going to try to unify more titles this year. I just want to be more active. I really want to get this elbow back and feel good. Sean is a potential fight for later this year. I'm not coming off the surgery. Fighting Sean Porter, I'm not coming off the surgery. Fighting anybody in the top of the welterweight division when it comes to the top 5 and things of that nature. So, but we're going to get back and we're going to be looking at Sean later this year. Possibly Danny, we're here to check out his performance and see how he comes back into the welterweight division. People like to say my name after the fight. So,
everybody says your name after the fight.
I'm the number 1 welterweight in the world, baby. All eyes on me.
So let's assume that your elbow is okay in your fight on May 19th. Would it be safe to assume that by the end of the year we will see you against either Porter, Garcia, or Spence?
Those are some of the names that we're going to be looking at, and we're going to have to pick one, right? We're going to have to pick one, and when you got 3, but you can only fight one at a time, And like I said, we're just going to get back moving, and hopefully we're going to do whatever we do. I think the fans are going to like it. The Sean Porter, it was fight of the year. When I talk to people about the Garcia fight, people love my performance, they love the way I outboxed them. I get a lot of love and respect from the fans, and a lot of people are eager to see the new guy that hasn't been beating Errol Spence. So there's a lot to do in the welterweight division.
A lot of good choices, and we look forward to having you both coming back on Showtime. All right, Brian, back upstairs to you.
All right, Jim, thank you. I think boxing fans just want to see all of those guys in the ring this year. I think that's what they really want to see. All right, now back to our co-main event for tonight. It's a world title fight, a rematch from last September when David Benavidez made history, capturing a decision from Ronald Gavril and becoming the youngest current world title holder. This scrap, trust me, was an all-out war. Last September, rising super middleweight contenders Ronald Gavril and David Benavidez met here in Las Vegas to challenge for the vacant WBC title.
You just can feel somebody's going to land something big. Who's going to back up who first?
And a combination drives Gavril into the ropes.
Benavidez, who had previously stopped all but one of his opponents, took control and won the early rounds by applying pressure and unloading his power shots.
Benavidez another hook. Gavril ducks out of the way. Now Benavidez right on top of it.
Despite being behind on the scorecards early on, Gavril changed the momentum of the fight in the middle round as Benavidez appeared to be spent.
He's tired as hell. You keep digging to that body.
He is breathing through his mouth here in this round.
Gavril pressed the action and landed thunderous body shots that kept Benavidez on his back foot.
Gavril now dishing out the punishment.
It was a tale of 2 fights going into the championship round.
So we go to the 11th round. Neither man has been this far before. Benavidez starting to open up and get there against Gavril. Nation drives Gavril into the ropes. 2 left hands and another left hand and a crashing right hand. Best shot of the fight from Benavidez.
Big round for Benavidez.
Opportunity like this come once in a lifetime. Take advantage of this.
Gavril took his mentor's words to heart going into the 12th and final round.
And there's a left hand from Gavril, and it drops Benavidez. Time ticking down. It's in the favor of Benavidez. No losers here. 3 shots in the body and an uppercut at the bell. What a fight.
In a split decision, David Benavidez got the nod, but Ronald Gavril had nothing to be ashamed of. In victory, Benavidez was now the youngest current champion in any weight division. Now, the disparity in the split decision scoring really raised some eyebrows. Now, the irony here tonight is the champion, David Benavidez, demanded the rematch. Both fighters have promised this time around the fight will not go to the judges. Let's find out if they're right. Here's Morrow.
All right, BC, thank you very much. Much anticipated rematch. We are ready for part 2 between David Benavidez and Ronald Gavril. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for a rematch world championship attraction. Please welcome the boxers as they make their way to the ring. First, here is the challenger from Las Vegas by way of Romania, introducing Ronald Gavril.
31-year-old Ronald Gavril saying that the knockdown in the 12th round of his first fight against David Benavidez gives him the momentum, gives him the confidence, and the fact that for this fight he had 8 weeks to prepare instead of the 4 he had to prepare for the rematch. Ronald Gavril feels that he's going to start quicker. He feels that he understands what David Benavidez is all about, so he's going to get off to a much quicker start this time.
And that's the thing, when you've seen your opponent one time already, you know what adjustments to make, and you also want to take confidence out of him, you know? So he feels like if he gets a quicker start, and he combines it with that great ending that he had to the fight, then he can come out on top. One thing, they come into this fight very confident. You know, Khalid Mustafa Muhammad, the trainer, said, sure, Benavidez was the youngest guy to win the world championship. The youngest guy boxing right now to win the championship. But he was also going to be the youngest guy to lose it.
And Gavril, it's almost starting if it's true. Gavril to America from Romania years ago, and in fact, he remembers watching James Toney's knockout victory over Vander Holyfield right here at Mandalay Bay in 2003 on TV in his native Romania. And when he left the country 7 years ago, guess who his first trainer in America was? None other than the former 3-division champ Tony, who trained Gavril for his first 2 pro bouts. Tony also christened Gavril the Thrill. Now Gavril lives in Las Vegas and fights for Floyd Mayweather's money team, Mayweather Promotions.
And now making his way to the ring, the defending super middleweight champion of the world from Phoenix, Arizona, David Benavidez.
Incredibly proud of his Mexican heritage, David Benavidez, known as El Bandera Roja, the red flag, and well, he has proven to be a red flag for everyone who has decided to step into the ring with him.
He really has, and you know, the 168-pound division is a talent level division. Fred's coming up. He says he not only wants to be the best 168-pounder now, he feels he can become one of the best 168-pounders ever. Lofty goals, but he's a talented young man.
And let's take a look at one of the pertinent stats from their first dance last September here in Sin City.
These are 2 of the best body punchers in boxing. Ronald Gavril especially concentrated on the body. 41% of his landed shots were body shots. That's double the normal amount, according to show stats, for any fighter. And so he did a great job to the body. Benavidez told us, even though he did land a lot of body shots, he can do much more, and he will go downstairs a lot more in this fight.
Let's just tweeted that he takes umbrage with what you just said about the body punches. All right, well, show me another scripted scrap. Let's go to the tail of the tape.
We mentioned mentioned that Benavidez is the youngest champion of boxing at age 21, and Gabriel at 31, a veteran, but you know what? He's coming off the best fight of his career. We can't fight any better than that, or can we? We'll find out tonight.
Yeah, we'll find out if Gabriel does have a second gear. Benavidez says he's going to on the outside. There will be an emphatic finish to this rematch. Let's now go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mandalay Bay Event Center here in Las Vegas, Nevada, we bring to you our next special attraction in the ring as Premier Boxing Champions presents a world title bout, and it's all brought to you by Mayweather Promotions and TGB Promotions in association with DSG Promotions and Showtime, as sponsored by Casa Noble Tequila, The Noble Pursuit, and Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. This bout in the ring is presented in conjunction with Samson Boxing and is sanctioned by the WBC, the president Mauricio Suleiman, the supervisor is Rex Ross Walker. Introducing our three judges scoring from ringside, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Robert Boyle, from Avon, Connecticut, Glenn Feldman, and from West Nyack, New York, Julie Letterman. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Russell Mora. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing in a rematch for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim, from Bacau, Romania, now fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at 167 1/4 pounds with a record of 18 wins and 2 losses. He has 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, looking for revenge in his second attempt at a world title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBC number 5 ranked world contender, introducing Ronald Gavril. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with gold trim, hailing from Phoenix, Arizona. He weighed in at already 167 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 19 wins, no losses, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in the first defense of his world title, ladies and gentlemen, here is one of the young stars of boxing today, who is not only boxing's youngest world champion, but the youngest super middleweight world title holder in the history of the sport. Introducing the undefeated WBC super middleweight champion of the world, David Bandera Roja Once again, a referee in charge, Russell Mora, now to give instructions.
Trunks here, good. Trunks here, good. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. God bless you both. Touch up.
The referee is Russell Mora, and we are set for the rematch of what was one of 2017's best fights. Ronald Gavril says he's going to take the fight out of the hands of the judges, start more quickly, saying he won't have to figure Benavidez out. What will be the psychological effect, if any, of Benavidez getting dropped in the final minute of the fight? He finally paid for something, and we'll have to see what happens here in round 1, but actually round 13, between Benavidez in the red with gold and Gavril in the white and gold.
We've been waiting for this fight for a while. Since it was put on the schedule, we're all excited about it. Both men got great sparring. Jose Uzcategui, who is going to be fighting Andre Durrell on March 3rd on our network, sparred with Gavril, and Porky Medina sparred with Benavidez. So they both got world-class sparring to get ready for this fight.
Benavidez wanting to use the jab more in the early going, and already backing Gavril up with that right hand.
See Gabriel trying to press the issue in round one. He wants to get off to a quick start. And Benavidez so far controlling well.
Overhand right by Benavidez.
One of the keys is watching whether Gabriel can jab and use his jab effectively. He did in the first fight.
He's stalking, but he's letting Benavidez be too comfortable circling around. He's got to cut the ring off. If you're going to stalk, you got to cut the ring off. Otherwise, you just following the guy around, and he's still comfortable.
Benavidez has 9 first-round knockouts, none, however, in his last 7 fights. Gabriel looking for his 3rd first-round knockout. Had a much better second half of their first fight, although Benavidez, despite being a pup by pugilistic standards, really showed character and resiliency and answered adversity, Al, in those championship rounds, despite being dropped.
Yeah, and part of that is he's really a 4.5-year veteran of the sport because he started so early at 16, so he's got a lot of ring savvy.
You know, he's been around boxing a long time. His family's boxing, his brother's a boxer, but he only had 10 amateur fights. The poise is unbelievable.
Yes.
Good combination by Gabriel.
Backing him up.
Good body work to the right hand. Well, his poise comes from also sparring with some of the best in the sport.
Including one of his close friends, Triple G.
But guys, I'm telling you, the sparring gives you great experience, but still it doesn't give you that total calmness with the 8-ounce or 10-ounce gloves. Like, he is so poised and calm, and he just makes great decisions in there.
Both of them with success here in the opening round.
Don't get me wrong, the sparring is good.
Yeah,
it just doesn't give you the
What a murder on his row of sparring. Triple G, the Kelly Pavlik, Latif Coyote even going back, man. I mean, it's...
No, I even sparred him when he was a kid.
That's right, you did.
He must have been smaller.
And when I bring up Latif Coyote's name, it's how young Benavidez was when he was sparring with him. Again, he started his career as a pro in Mexico at the age of 16 before being able to legally start his career in the U.S. at 18. Benavidez going to work on Gabriel here in the final seconds of the first round, sticking the jab.
We can see this fight starting to heat up, and let's take a look at the keys to see what are some of the important things these fighters need to do in this match to be successful. For Benavidez, staying off the ropes, very important, and he has done that already in this fight. Combination punching, we've seen evidence of that already as well. And when he throws his right hand, he throws it in a kind of a looping fashion to get it around the guard of Gabriel, and we've seen that as well in round one. As for Ronald Gabriel, the jabbing is important. He did it somewhat in round one. He's got to jab his way in, and once he's in there, go to the body. He is a terrific body puncher. I don't believe he can stand in the pocket constantly with Benavidez. He needs to move a little bit to the right or to the left to give him some angles.
The bell in round two, and immediately Ronald Gabriel takes the center of the ring, coming forward, but it's Benavidez who initiates the attack with the left hand, the jab and a clubbing left.
So far, Benavidez has out-jabbed Gabriel by more than a 2-to-1 margin. If that continues, this is going to be a very tough fight for Ronald Gabriel.
Benavidez started his amateur career at age 13. 1 point, he campaigned at 250 pounds. He shed 80 pounds in 1 year, and now, of course, the youngest champion ever at 168. Gabriel coming forward with a jab to the body, but then Benavidez scores by splitting the guard upstairs, and then a cuffing left hook.
Yeah, and he's trying to control with that long jab, extended jab. Gabriel needs to use that jab to close the distance. He's trying. He's jabbing with Benavidez as he did there.
And there it is. And look what happened when he did that. He jabs, then he's in position to throw 2 body shots.
5, 4, 3,
double jab right
2,
hand to the body by
1.
Benavidez. Run away, little girl. Right behind the guard. Another left uppercut to the chest by Benavidez, just past the midpoint of the second round.
You see the calmness of Benavidez. See how he uses doorway punches, touching, clothing punches. Like those are veteran things. You know, it's like it's crazy how he doesn't have all that experience. back to Benavidez. Benavidez throws a punch. Gabriel most of the time just gets full defensive.
Benavidez with a piston-like jab, really sniffing that jab. Gabriel going to the body, but pays for it with a counter right hand.
At least he made the attempt to the counters.
That looked like it stunned Gabriel for a moment, and we haven't seen Gabriel even stunned really that much against Benavidez in their 13-plus rounds.
The 1-2 backs up Gabriel. The power of Benavidez on display. Gabriel has been down once in his career, never stopped. Of course, Benavidez undefeated at 19-0 with 17 wins inside the distance, putting together another nice combination. And Benavidez loves to put together those combinations. Gabriel digging away to the body. Good stuff in Las Vegas. Let's go to Jim Gray, standing by with the returning Danny Garcia.
All right, Mauro, thank you very much. Danny, you now walk into the ring for the first time in 6 years without your belts. Is it a different feeling now?
Not at all. At the end of the day, it's just another day at work. This is what I do. This is what I was born to do. I was born to fight. Just another fight in the history books for Danny Garcia.
You've had this year off almost. What have you done with the time, and has it been beneficial?
Just relax, spend time with my family, get my mind right, and look, I'm already back.
Brandon Rios has a style that you know is going to be coming forward and aggressive. Is that something that you welcome in this fight, or will you try and change the tempo?
You know, I'm going to go in there and make adjustments and just do what Danny Garcia does. You know, if I feel like I'm the stronger man, then I'll back him up. It just depends how I feel.
All right. I guess we'll find out how you feel in a few moments.
Thank you.
All right, Danny. Best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards. Well, back out to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Danny Garcia coming off his first ever loss to face celebrated brawler Brandon Bam Bam Rios in the main event. And here now, round number 3. And thus far, David Benavidez being able to display effective counter-punching out, which was not the case in the first fight.
Yes, and he came in here with another mission statement. Used the jab and his body work more, and he has done both of those things.
That, again, in the first fight, Paulie, was Gabriel, who had the edge and landed jabs and body shots. Not the case here in the rematch.
Benavidez is controlling that geography, as we mentioned last round, you know, and when Gabriel gets close, he's not really finding the openings.
But Gabriel is gutsy, and he stays in the pocket, absorbing the attack of Benavidez and trying to make adjustments. Trying to find a path
but he has a bit of that Eastern European style, and obviously he's Romanian, so he's going to be Eastern European.
Combination by Gabriel.
But they don't slip a lot of punches, those Eastern Europeans. They take them on the gloves. So what happens when you're not slipping a lot of punches, you're not causing Benavidez to lose positioning on his offense, because he's going to touch something regardless. And you see, and he's also going straight back, which is also, you know, makes it harder to counter shoot at Benavidez.
Benavidez brought a strength and conditioning coach, Alex Ariza, in for this camp. You'll remember he worked with the late great Diego Corrales, Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather. Benavidez said he saw a lot of changes in his stamina and really in all aspects of his preparation working with Ariza.
Yeah, and of course he had a little bit of a flu before the last fight. He says he's feeling good, and we see evidence of that today. One of the things about Benavidez so far that's very impressive, his arsenal of punches. He's literally thrown every punch you can, including that uppercut.
Again, I want to stress it, it's calmness. Don't get that creative unless you're calm.
And yet Gabriel now showing a determined body attack, now trying to rough up Benavidez, trying to turn this into a brawl.
Which is a good idea.
And again, Gabriel attacks the body successfully and avoids that return fire from Benavidez.
Remember though, Gabriel had a rough time in the early part of the last fight, and then found some rhythm to come back. So
well, these two have obviously begun from where they left off here in Las Vegas in September. Sustained offense, high quality boxing, and we're seeing a little taste of Benavidez's power as well.
Benavidez got lead left hand to jab.
He's only 21 years old, Paulie.
Yeah, only 21 in 10 amateur fights. I mean, I'm watching him and it blows me away.
Another beautiful combination by David Benavidez.
And you see the change of speed.
And the lead left hand lands for the champion. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Mauro. I'm here with Brandon Rios. He's getting ready for Danny Garcia, and he's getting some instructions from the lightweight champ, Mikey Garcia, who we're going to see in March 10th. What's he telling you here?
He's telling me, I can't say that secret, but he tells me something, Some of that, but it feels good to have Mikey, Garcia's been down there and everything in my corner again. So I'm ready. I feel excited. I feel like when I won my world title and when I fought Peterson, that's how excited I feel right now. And that's when my body's reacting right now.
And will you fight the same style that we've known, that aggressive, putting your face back?
You never know. Who knows? So I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to go to war. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to do whatever you got to do to get that win.
All right, Brandon. We just hit him fucking hard. And that's what we do.
Knock him out.
Good instructions. Good guy to get it from. David Roberts. Best of luck. All right, good luck, Jeff. Mauro, back out to you.
Thanks a lot, Jim. And Brandon Bam Bam Rios is able to land some punching bombs like he drops those F-bombs. He could have a good night here, Al, against Danny Garcia as we get ready for round 4.
Alrighty then, he's prepared for this fight.
And David Benavidez more than prepared for the rematch. And Ronald Gabriel again right in front of him, looking to attack the body. Oh, what a beautiful right uppercut, left-hand combination. And what a chin on display by Gabriel.
Counter uppercut.
And Gabriel showcasing a carbon fiber chin as he is on the receiving end of an onslaught by Benavidez.
Smart to smother by Gabriel. You don't see enough guys doing that when they get hurt.
Oh, that was just on the belt line. And David Benavidez, what a scintillating display of offense. The combination punching out is something to behold.
Well, and that's always his strength. It wasn't in evidence so much in the first fight. It sure has been tonight. Oh, Gavrilo coming back.
Yes,
good for him.
The gutsy Romanian.
Yeah, a lot of character on this guy, Gabriel.
But not working so well on the inside, Gavrilo. When he's in there, he's not punching.
I'll tell you, he's got to be wary of that uppercut that Benavidez may throw with their space.
True.
Remember that fight against Porky Medina? David Benavidez with 7 and 8 punch combinations that led to that fight being stopped.
Yeah, and you know what's really something special about Benavidez, the way he throws the combinations? He changes speed even mid-combination. Even the mid-combination, like he'll throw, come on, like 10 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, and then go back to 10 miles an hour, like in the same combination. Oh, great uppercut.
Couple of uppercuts that land for Benavidez. And again, 4-punch combination.
And all this creativity, change of speed, change of arsenal, change of punches, it makes it very difficult to time and even anticipate on defense.
Backing Gabriel up on the 1-2 combination, and yet the gutsy Gabriel trying to attack the body and going upstairs with a combination.
You know, whenever Gabriel does jab and does double jab, he can get something done in this fight, and it really stops the momentum momentarily of Benavidez.
Benavidez and Gabriel continue to forge their rivalry in entertaining fashion here in Las Vegas. A fantastic first fight, and the rematch so far living up to the billing.
Gabriel's aggressive. Gabriel has that character. He doesn't have what Benavidez has, and that is the change of speed in the way he attacks. He always attacks the same speed so Benavidez can time it.
Benavidez just brutalizing Gabriel with some of those shots, and Gabriel walked into his corner. A proud soldier of fortune.
It was a rugged round for him, to be sure, though he survived the onslaught. We will look back at when Gabriel got staggered with that uppercut and the left hook. Paulie talked about the uppercut being there for Benavidez. We'd seen it earlier in the fight, and that uppercut and left hook stalled him the same sequence.
It's on the counter. There it is. You see, right? And that is because Gabriel, although he's aggressive and he's got heart, he makes himself too predictable. He's not really feinting as much as he should or changing speed.
And later on in the round, it's a replay in a way because there's the uppercut again. and two of them. So Benavidez very creative, as Paulie mentioned, with the combinations he uses.
Round number 5. Benavidez looking to land the uppercut like The Rock did in Jumanji.
Hey, that's your 8th pop culture reference. You've now exceeded your record.
Another uppercut there. Spoiled the movie. I only saw the one from 20 years ago. I haven't seen the new one.
This one's great.
Again, standing in front of David Benavidez. Benavidez told us that he wanted to utilize the jab more. He sends a left hook to the body. It's his favorite. Surprise, surprise, and I tell you, he's a
Gabriel's in a real pickle now because he's got to make something happen to stop this onslaught from Benavidez. The best thing he could do, in my opinion, is start pumping that jab. Because everything good
Benavidez doing it now here in the 5th round, trying to close the distance. But Benavidez just pulling up good intentions.
We'll take a look at the power punches landed round by round. This is everything but jabs, and you see monstrous dominance by Benavidez.
Monstrous punches by Benavidez with Gabriel on the ropes. Paulie, you talked about Gabriel's predictability here in this 5th round. He's trying to show an uptick in his offense and yet continues to pay the price.
But it's the showing up the uptick, but it's at the same speed. It's like if you're stepping on the gas pedal at the same speed, you know, you're not changing. You're still not changing you're not changing how predictable you're going to be.
The left uppercut for Benavidez. Just snaps the jab.
And he's able to get off first in almost every stage.
The defense as well is on display.
Yeah, but that's also part of why Gabriel's predictable. It makes Benavidez defense easier to use.
And in fact, in that first fight, both of their respective defense, Al, a lot better than most pundits predicted.
Very good point. Even though it was a shootout, their defense was better. For Gabriel, not so much tonight.
Right cross by Benavidez. Backs up Gabriel. The jab continues to be a problem for Gabriel, trying to bob and weave. A maestro at work in David Benavidez when it comes to putting together those combinations, Paulie.
Yeah, again, we can't stress how power. Maybe he's at the same speed all the time, but the consistency and fast to force at least Benavidez to stay alert.
Well, Badu Jack held the title that David Benavidez now holds, but he vacated it to move up to 175. He has a huge light heavyweight title showdown against Adonis Stevenson May 19 as Showtime Championship Boxing continues to deliver best versus best there, Al.
We have a great schedule coming up, and that particular fight is one of the ones I'm looking forward to a lot. There was a moment in that last round, one of the few for Ronald Gabriel that have given him some optimism. He throws a beautiful left hook and then a right hand to the head. And that's what we saw. That's the kind of things we saw from Gabriel in their first fight.
The bell and round number 6 scheduled for 12 for David Benavidez, portion of the 168-pound crown. Benavidez had scored 10 straight knockouts leading up to the first fight against Gabriel Allen. He is definitely working towards getting back on the knockout streak here tonight.
And here's a revealing stat. In their first fight, Benavidez landed 30% of his power punches. Previous to that, he had landed 51%. Tonight, he's landing 41%. And that's everything other than the jab. So he is landing at a greater rate, according to show stats.
He's showcasing so much variety in his attack, Paulie.
Yeah, and that makes him difficult to time, makes him difficult to defend against, and it's going to make you gun shy in the process if you're the one fighting him.
Very interesting subtle move there. Good right by Gabriel.
3, 4, 5, 6 punch combination by Benavidez.
When Gavril tried to move to the right, Benavidez stopped him with a left hook and made him a better target.
Right and left, couple of left uppercuts by Benavidez. You cannot discount the heart of Gavril.
But the defense of Benavidez, he slips, he slides, he rolls, he's even got his arms up.
Yeah.
He'll touch you right there, probe you when he times you. A lot of creativity in the other. It's the subtle things that throw everybody off.
Well, he's even cognizant of the crowd as they start chanting Mexico, and you cannot overstate, Al, the composure, the poise of this 21-year-old champion.
But I'll tell you, he better be careful of doing things to take his focus away, because this guy's a pit bull, and Ronald Gavril is still coming and still throwing.
Yep, Gavril stalking Benavidez.
Another part of the offense you notice with Benavidez, the catch and shoot. A lot of times he's got his arms up, shoots right back off the catches on the arms. And of course he's Mexican, so the body punches.
That left hook, especially as Gavril landed a left hook and then ate a jab, but then goes upstairs and scores. A minute left in the 6th round. Gavril attacking the body before going back to the jab, but then gets his head snapped back by Benavidez's jab.
I'm not suggesting Gavril's getting back in this fight, but he's had a little bit more success in this round.
Although Benavidez is still scoring the more eye-catching blows.
Totally. He's winning this round, but Gavril has done some better things.
And I'll tell you why Gavril had some of those successful moments. It was moments where Benavidez stopped jabbing, and here he stopped jabbing again. When Benavidez is jabbing, Gavril can't get into that distance to throw those combinations.
Right uppercut that just missed on counter. Now, guys, let's not forget, this has been, again, like the first fight. The pace has been this kind of pace throughout the fight. You almost wonder Benavidez might take not even a break, but just allow Gavril to do what he does in order to launch an even more ferocious attack.
But Benavidez is staying nice and calm. He's burning a lot less energy. You see how right here, he's just resting right now. Even though it's in range, shooting that snappy jab, it's Gavril who's got to work a lot harder to get things done.
Give him some space, give him some space. Just keep breathing nice and deep. Take that off, take that off. Drink some water. That jab is good.
One of the things that we had in the keys to victory was punching in combination for Benavidez, and boy, has he done that. He throws the jab, the straight right hand, and we see a little bit of a cut with Gavril as well. And the combination punching of Benavidez so far in this fight has been very special and creative.
The 7th round here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center for the 168-pound belt possessed by David Benavidez. A rematch against Ronald Gavril, and it has been as equally as enthralling, maybe more one-sided than the first fight in terms of what Benavidez has been able to accomplish, but Gavril just makes for an entertaining fight.
He does, and you know, these two men have combined to throw over 800 punches already in this fight.
Let's take a look at the unofficial scores, courtesy of our Steve Farhood.
Mo, I guess we could say Benavidez really did have the flu before the first fight because of his performance tonight. Shut out Benavidez, total domination. The only interesting round, the 4th, the combination that drove Gavril into the ropes and ruled the knockdown because the ropes, he shot into the ropes. Even without that ruling, I scored a 10-8 for Benavidez, total domination.
Stiff jab by Benavidez. Al, do you agree with our colleague?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't take any rounds away from Benavidez. There have been a couple of rounds in which Gavril has gotten some good work done, but not enough to win the round.
And remember the first fight, this is where Gavril began to find success. As Benavidez appeared to be physically spent, maybe a little fatigued, but all he said, Benavidez is in conserving his energy here tonight.
Yeah, when he's backing up very calmly, shooting that snappy jab. That's an energy saver as well as a range controller.
In the first fight, body punches were a dominant force, but in this fight, look at the shots landed to the head. Benavidez with a monstrous edge. So, yeah, though he's done some body work and Gavril's done some body work, so shots to the head that made the difference.
Under a minute left in the seventh. Gavril coming back with a combination. And they exchange.
Benavidez turned southpaw. Gavril made him change real quick back to orthodox.
And we didn't see Benavidez as southpaw much in the first fight. That's probably the reason.
So much pop with those left hands. A very stiff jab, a snapping piston-like jab by Benavidez. And he's done so much effective work with the stick tonight.
And as Paulie pointed out, the only bad moments in the fight for Benavidez have come when he fails to use that jab.
Gavril trying to navigate the minefield, trying to get to Benavidez' body.
And what that uppercut does, it keeps Gavril honest. He can't just rush in because Benavidez has that sharp uppercut.
Beautiful combination to end the round for Benavidez.
Good round. Sit down.
Listen, you got him. He's dead through. He's through. Now this is where your willpower comes in at. All right? He's dead. I need your hand up. I need your hand up.
Well, Ronald Gavril's combinations have been few and far between in this fight, but there have been moments. He throws the right hand, he throws the jab in between, and then comes with another straight right hand. That's the kind of work we saw him do more often in the first fight. But at least he got a few of those in, and now's the point in the fight where he's going to have to do a lot of that. He's thrown 400 punches in this fight, so he's been busy in a way, but not been effective.
This is round number 8, scheduled for 12. David Benavidez defending the 168-pound title he won in their first fight last September. Squeaking out a split decision despite being dropped in the final minute of the fight.
You know, Gavril has gone to the body a little better in the last several rounds. Maybe some of that body work could slow Benavidez down a little bit here. That's a stretch, but he has done it better, so we'll see if he can continue that.
Well, you see, this is where Benavidez is resting. You see what he's doing right now? He's just chilling. He's taking a breather, pot shot, and using the jab. Step around. You know, he's not being forced to work overly at an overly difficult rate. So he's able. If he's in shape, he's not going to get tired. And obviously, you know, when they brought in Ariza and they got their conditioning in, he's not going to get tired, especially fighting this pace.
Gavril continues to target the body, allowing to land some punches, backing up Benavidez. Popped his head back with that shot. Benavidez has 2 knockouts in the 8th round or later. Sweeping left hook lands and then targets the body with the jab.
You know, in their last fight, there was only, I think, 4 or 5 times where the referee had to break them. In this fight, almost not at all. Yeah.
Benavidez coming forward now. Gavril trying to absorb, trying to weather the storm of strikes.
I give Gavril credit, man. He's hanging tough the whole time.
Uppercut checked his jaw.
And he's not even thinking about quitting or giving up in this fight. His body language still tells you he's going to try the whole way.
And he is doing just that again, trying to use the body to open up the head.
The activity in this fight has been remarkable. Over 1,000 punches thrown by these 2 men. It's really amazing.
Gavril has Benavidez on the ropes in that first fight. At this stage of the fight, Benavidez found himself in similar real estate and yet was able to counter effectively. And again here, none of those punches landed for Gavril.
No, but still, it really isn't where Benavidez wants to be.
But he's trying. Gavril's trying to touch Benavidez lightly with those shots, but he's not opening anything up.
And now Benavidez coming forward. Left hook to the liver by the champion. Right hand to the body. And Benavidez now throwing with bad intentions.
Gavril has to throw in between that. You see, that's why Gavril can't find the openings. He's got to throw in between the combination.
Gavril, a gutsy warrior standing in the pocket, losing his mouthpiece.
I think he might have got hurt to the body. That's why he spit out the mouthpiece. Because if he didn't get the mouthpiece punched out, he spit that mouthpiece out.
With the barrage of punches, but Gavril Gabriel
5,
trying to fight
4,
back.
I don't know if Mora knows that
2,
body that pieces
Another
up.
body shot by Benavidez. What a fight in Sin City. The rematch just as good as the original.
Hey, sit down, Ronnie, sit down. Suck it up. All right. Give us some water.
This is a one-sided fight, but you have to wonder how much more Gabriel's corner might let his fighter take home.
Because he's not looking like in his body language he wants to quit. But sometimes you got to be protective.
It was a tremendous finish in that round for Benavidez. Wrangling on the ropes a little bit, but maybe that was more of a ploy, and then he came out with a vengeance and landing these uppercuts and hurting Ronald Gabriel, and really for the first time in all their rounds together, showing us that Ronald Gabriel could be close to the end.
They both promised that this fight will not go to the judges' scorecards. And if it were not for the granite chin and the huge heart of Ronald Gabriel, David Benavidez may have already gotten his wishes, but here we are in round number 9, and Gabriel coming forward, but eats another jab. Double jab, triple jab by Benavidez. All with conviction. Left hook behind the guard by the champion. Then goes downstairs to the body with the left hook. And it's all David Benavidez.
Upstairs, downstairs, the change of the target, change of speed on the punches. Very difficult to time this guy. They come around, they come up the middle.
And even when he leads off with the left hook and in theory leaves himself open for a counter right, Gabriel is simply not able to deliver that.
And that's because he can't anticipate it. Sometimes it's a jab, sometimes it's a hook, sometimes he leads with the right. Counter punching is probably more than 50% anticipation. You can't anticipate it, you're not going to be able to counter it.
Benavidez has fed Gabriel a steady diet of jabs. And of course, the illustrious combinations, the sublime bodywork, and yet Ronald Gabriel stands in front of him, a proud Romanian fighter.
Boy, Ronald Gabriel has shown amazing guts in this fight. And courage and fortitude.
And just character.
Wow, but the combinations continue for Benavidez.
If you're gonna defend like that with your arms up, you gotta catch and shoot though. And Benavidez does load up enough where you can catch and shoot in between.
Gabriel has to be careful leaning forward, leaving him susceptible to the uppercuts.
But you see, like, by the time Gabriel throws back, Benavidez is already in defense mode. You gotta punch in between. If you're gonna guard with your hands up like that, you gotta throw when the shots hit you on the arms.
And now, as the punches continue to accrue for Benavidez, Gabriel's face showing the wear and tear, showing the punishment, and yet Benavidez continues to tee off here in round number 9. Referee Russell Morris staring intently at Gabriel's face.
Look how calm Benavidez is, even at this very close range.
And Gabriel exploding with a combination with Benavidez on the ropes. But just not enough power to hurt the champion.
Yeah, precisely, Mauro. Gabriel has landed some very nice right hands. They have not really hurt Benavidez.
Another dominant round by the champion, David Benavidez.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ronald, run away. Open hand right, around the corner. Back to the head. You can't stop me. All right? I need that right on the top. Okay?
Another dominant round for David Benavidez, and there he uses the uppercut. Talk about a combination. A right uppercut, a right hand, a straight left hand. I mean, he's throwing everything possible. In that last round, he's
was in the first meeting where this was the time of the fight where Benavidez was listing a little bit. That's not the case here tonight. He's refused to take his foot off the pedal, and yet Gabriel continues to show what he's made of. Unofficial score, Steve Farad has Benavidez pitching a shutout.
That's pretty hard to argue with. It's hard to find a round that Ronald Gabriel might have won.
Continues to win respect, though, right?
He's only been down once in his career against Chris Booker, and we understand why, looking at this.
Just. You look at the lay of the land in the 168-pound weight class. Already this year, as Gabriel comes forward, an early candidate for upset of the year. It's Caleb Truex. Usurped James DeGale earlier today. George Groves defeated Chris Eubank Jr. across the pond. We have Andre Guerrero, Jose Uzcategui, the rematch coming up on Showtime. And of course, Benavidez shared the ring with.
And Zurdo Ramirez, who is, along with Benavidez, thought of as a monster in this division, who they have sparred together a lot.
Many times.
So it's a great division, it really is. And Callum Smith having his fight in the tournament.
Brommer, that's coming up next week.
It's a great division. It's back to the glory days of its had.
Well, and there have been so many great fighters, right? Joe Calzaghe, Andre Ward, Carl Froch, Roy Jones Jr., James Toney.
Mikhail Kessler, go on.
Just good combination by Benavidez. Well, of course, here on Showtime, we have the Super 6 Super Middleweight Tournament won by Andre Ward. Are you surprised that Benavidez has kind of taken his foot off the gas pedal, Paulie, here in the 10th round?
No, you know, he seems like he's just dominating with the jab. I don't think he's tired. Sometimes I started thinking he landed such hard right hands that maybe his right hand's a little sore. Who knows, you know? But he's still controlling the pace and the range with his left hand very well.
Yeah, he's using the jab, which is a key point here, and that controls the tempo of the fight. And at this juncture, he's probably thinking, what can you do to knock out Ronald Gabriel?
Gabriel is one tough son of a gun.
And once again, we're headed to the championship rounds. Well, coming up March 25th, Billions returns to Showtime for its 3rd season. Paul Giamatti and Damian Lewis star in this highly acclaimed original series.
You were telling me that you and your wife have no secrets.
You need to know if you can trust someone.
Do you know what the source of my loyalty to that man is? I trust you.
Are we all on the same side?
Your best friend sold you down the river.
If one of us goes to prison, we all do.
You can't be bought. You can't be bent. You can't be worked. What I see disturbs me. You don't threaten to turn us in ever.
Trust me.
I should have known something like this was coming.
That show features verbal sparring at its best as we come to you tonight from Mandalay Bay Event Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. The second of our 3 fights here on Showtime, a rematch for the 168-pound title, currently held by the youngest champion in the super middleweight division history as the doctor.
You okay? All right, thank you, Doc.
Wow, doctor gonna allow Ronald Gabriel
4, 3,
to go out on his shield,
2,
guys.
1.
Well, he's still competitive, and he's fighting, and he's trying to get the job done here. He's taking a lot of punishment for sure.
As one-sided as this has been, you're looking at Ronald Gabriel, and he just ate a snapping left uppercut. He continues to try to win. He's not just trying to survive.
He's actually not accepting defeat at all. You think about it, sometimes you still continue to fight. And even if you know you're going to lose, you continue to go for it because you want to
rounds that David Benavidez, after weathering the storm of the middle rounds from Gabriel, really began to assert himself in the fight.
Well, the margin of what's landed for Benavidez is ridiculously huge. That's the headshots that are landed. I mean, you know, and that passes the eye test because we've seen how dramatically he has controlled things.
Gabriel Yeta looking to attack the body. Coming forward. Minute and a half left in the penultimate round. What has impressed you the most about Benavidez in terms of improvement from their first fight?
You know, I like his use of the left hand. You know, he continues to be poised beyond his years. And you know, he's kept the lead. You know, he hasn't faded late. You know, I know he's slowed down a little bit, but he's kept Gabriel from really getting anything sustained started.
And I think we can accept the fact, looking at how he's performed this, he may have been subpar physically a little bit for that first fight. Taking nothing away from Gabriel.
Combination with the left hand, 2 chains and a left uppercut. Hands are low, but it's because even when Gabriel does land, it doesn't seem to be affecting David Benavidez.
That's his style of fighting, and it may against some other 168-pounder be difficult, but right now he's able to make it work.
I love how he can fight on the back foot so relaxed.
Yes.
But then again, he brings the Mexican fighter out of him with those body shots as well. You know, so he's got that Mexican fighter style with that coming aggressive to the body, and then he fights like an athlete, like an athletic fighter on that back foot.
It's the last round, We're winning it, but don't get overconfident, okay? Here's the last round. Breathe nice and deep. Work nice and intelligent in this round. If we can stop him, we stop him, but if not, we're going to win the decision.
Come on, we got him now. He can't keep up with you. Let your hands go. Keep him backing up. Keep him backing up. And move your head.
Approaching the 12th and final round of this round. Let's cheer on. This is round 12.
And it has proven to be another pitched battle. More one-sided than the first fight, but just as entertaining, Al.
And this is the second time for each man to go 12 rounds, and it's been punishing here, especially, of course, for Ronald Gabriel. And if he gets through this 12 rounds, you can't give anyone higher marks for courage and fortitude.
Paulie, what does Gabriel have to do for what we perceive to be a Hail Mary here in the 12th and final round? He dropped him last fight in the final minute, but
he's
do you see any openings?
Nah, I mean, he's got to cut the ring off, and like I said, he's got to change speed on the way through those punches. Look at the combinations. I mean, they're all the same speed. He doesn't change the speed of the combination. He doesn't change the creativity on the combinations. You're not going to find the opening like that. So no matter how desperate you are, no matter how much pressure you're bringing, you're not going to be able to land that kind of punch.
And what about David Benavidez out his corner saying, hey, you're ahead, but take it easy. They don't necessarily want him to take chances and, take a risk of getting dropped maybe again.
Yeah, exactly, because, but this is one of the rare instances when the corner's saying that he's won most of the round.
And the thing about Benavidez, the advantage he has is if Gabriel, and Gabriel getting desperate, you can actually walk him into something hard. Because you know he's going to get desperate coming at you. You can set him up for a trap yourself.
With a real right hand, and we saw it a moment ago, there have been about 7 or 8 that have landed that have been one of his best right hands. It just hasn't hurt Benavidez.
Gabriel started boxing when he was 16. Here at the age of 31. World title. Displaying a ton of guts, but unable to solve what is becoming quite the riddle at 168 pounds. the very talented David Benavidez, who's shown many different wrinkles, but now Gabriel, dramatic here in the final minute.
Well, the right hand in this round has landed for Gabriel on several occasions. But again, as you say, it's a Hail Mary.
Yes, that's what he needs.
Kudos to Gabriel.
Benavidez just trying to keep him at bay with the jab.
And again, these fighters have only been to this round once before. They're both fighting with great fortitude, and Gabriel has landed some very nice right hands.
A tenacious pit bull here in the 12th and final round. Earning the respect of everyone here in attendance and at home, but it's David Benavidez who has shone brightly in this rematch, looking to retain his 168-pound title. And another thrilling fight between Benavidez and Gabriel.
David Benavidez obviously happy with his performance, and we'll look at the numbers that further demonstrate that. Threw almost 1,000 punches, doubled the amount landed against Gabriel, and landed through a lot of jabs, throwing 508 jabs in this fight, a key element. They wanted to do that, go to the body, which he did to some extent, and that was a key. And the combination punching for Benavidez, we talked about it throughout the match, was extraordinary. And I had it in the keys to victory. I thought it was a key for him to try and win this fight. And look at these combinations, 4 or 5 punches, starting with the uppercut, interestingly, then coming with the left hook. That was early in the fight where he hurt Gabriel, and the uppercut was a big part of his arsenal. You don't usually see a combination of 2 uppercuts. That is very rare.
And it takes a lot of calmness to have that opening, to see those openings, and then react to them like that.
Because throwing 2 uppercuts leaves you wide open usually to get countered, but not here. And Gabriel continues the onslaught against, or Benavidez continues the onslaught against Gabriel.
And the replays were showing a demo reel of what is turning out to be a sublime boxer in David Benavidez.
He's very talented. He's a combination of power and technical skill. And when you have that, you're special.
So they've completed 24 enthralling rounds, and Jimmy Lennon Jr. is ready to announce the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Judge at ringside, Julian Porter scores about 119 to 109. Judges Glenn Feldman and Robert Boyle both scores about 120 to 108. All three in favor of the winner. And still undefeated WBC super middleweight champion of the world, David Bandera.
Virtuoso performance. The only thing Benavidez didn't do was stop the double tough run of Gabriel, who proved to be tougher than unemployment, but Benavidez improving to 20-0 with 18 wins inside the distance line.
Unemployment is down.
Well, I'm just saying it's tough, and Gabriel proved to be very tough. What sort of problem does Benavidez represent for the rest of this division?
He's very creative, an athletic fighter, just smart beyond his years and poised beyond his years. And he goes to the body, he goes to the head, he can fight on the back foot, he can fight on the front foot. He gets a little bit lazy on defense at times, but that can be corrected, obviously, with maturity. Promising guy.
All right, let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Morrell, thank you very much. David, congratulations. These were 24 rounds of really a war, but how did you manage in this rematch to really take control of this fight from the beginning?
I knew he was going to come in aggressive. Like I
and there still seems to be a little bad blood. Are you so annoyed at that?
I don't really even care. I mean, I had the belt around my waist, and look at his face and look at mine.
Let's take a look at your hand, because your right hand is tremendously like your left hand. But show me your right hand here too, if you open up that, and you can see this right here. Did you stop using it with your left hand?
Both hands hurt. I couldn't use both hands. So, I had that, like I said, I had that warrior mentality. I'm gonna keep pushing, and that's exactly what I did.
You're the youngest champion in boxing, yet you seem so poised and composed. What did you learn from this fight, and how have you managed to maintain that composure at such a young age?
Just learning, remembering my training in the gym. Staying calm, staying patient, looking for the openings, and that's it. And I want to thank Al Haymon and my team. Todos los mexicanos que me están aquí apoyando esta noche. Los quiero mucho. Un saludo para Phoenix, Arizona. Muchas gracias.
Please translate that.
I want to thank all the Mexican people that are supporting me tonight. Everybody who followed me, and my people from Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you very much.
David, what would you like to do next? We saw George Rose this afternoon. You have a lot more what you would have to do with your next fight.
Like I said, I want to be the best in the universe, and so whatever they put in front of me, that's what I'm going to do.
David, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Ronald, this was an amazing, courageous performance by you this evening. What was the best thing of the fight, and what was the biggest thing?
I think everybody saw we tried to box outside. That was a good fight for the one boxing. That was the best, the good man of this match. What can I say?
He gave you his best immediate rematch, and then you came on strong here in these last couple of rounds. What would you like to do now going forward?
For the future?
Yes.
Go back in the gym, working, and come back stronger.
Ronald, appreciate your time.
Everybody knows now.
All right, Laurel, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim. A terrific fight and a fantastic performance by David Benavidez, who even in a one-sided dominant victory, overcoming adversity, hurting his hands. As we look at the scores, all three in favor of the champion by a wide margin. And Ronald Gavriel, a courageous effort, but falling short in the rematch. Our unofficial score, Steve Farhood, he had it 118-109 for David Benavidez, who remains the youngest active champion in boxing. And Brian Custer, what a bright future for this 21-year-old champion.
Yeah, you're right about that, Mo. You almost forget this kid is just 21 years old. And how about this? Had just 10 amateur fights. I'm going to tell you something. He's going to be at the top of this division for quite a long time. And, give props to Ronald Gavriel. That's a tough guy. There's a number of guys who probably would have went down in that fight, but he's not only stayed up, but heck, those last 2 rounds, he fought. So congratulations, though, to David Benavidez. You saw how the judges scored the fight, how Steve Farhood scored it. We asked you to tweet your results at Showtime Boxing. Look at this. 91% of you believed and said, yes, David Benavidez did indeed win this fight. All right, coming up next, our main event. Welterweight world champions, former world champions, Danny Garcia taking on another former world champion, the veteran, always rugged Brandon Rios. Garcia is coming off his first career loss. It was a tough split decision defeat to Keith Thurman. That was last March. The 11-month layoff, the longest of his pro career. Brandon Rios, who's also been inactive. He had just 1 fight in over 2 years. Well, Rios has been in the ring with some of the best at 147 pounds, but didn't always give his best effort. Now he's rededicated himself to the sport and has reassembled his original corner to make another championship run.
Yeah, after Timothy Ray fight, I felt like shit. I really was done with boxing. Me and my wife was watching some fight. For some reason, I got the urge. I told my wife, that shit can still be me up there. I can still compete with those guys. I know I can. I really did miss Robert. I miss Robert and Donald. I miss training with these guys on my side, in my corner. Working with Ricky, it felt good, but when I was in the corner, I missed that voice. I missed that voice that was there before, and that was Robert and Donald.
We talked with Brandon and made the team again. I said, look, there's nobody around that wishes you well then the people are here with you. Your wife, Donald, and myself. If you really want to do it, you're going to do it with Donald and with me. He says, what gym am I going to train at? Colonna gym is perfect. That's where everything started anyways.
Oh, this gym's the old stomping grounds, the roots. This is where we started. So it was weird at first, but now it's like being home.
I feel comfortable. I'm back to my roots, and you know I feel comfortable, and I'm back to the trainers that
5,
they got me to the top.
4, 3,
In reality,
2,
you need that discipline,
1.
you need that training, and everything. You can't win fights just like hard as hard. Now, I'm doing the right thing. So I come to the gym, and I'm always ready. Running sessions, he's not hard. He has to train this hard. He's got a big chin and enjoy what he does. You know, as the fight gets longer and longer, that's when Brandon starts getting better and better. So with Brandon, it's about putting pressure, putting punches. That's why he makes it hands. It's time to be in that regular
Well, Brandon Rios' trainer, Robert Garcia, you see him there in the white. This is their game plan. See what Danny Garcia has in the first few rounds. Then step up the pressure in round 4, getting on the inside, throwing a lot of punches to the body. They also believe that uppercut will be their most effective punch tonight. Danny Garcia says the biggest lesson he learned from the loss to Keith Thurman was be more active starting in round 1. Garcia says he's not leaving any more fights in the hands of the judges. He's coming to stop Rios tonight. Now, despite the one blemish on his record, Garcia says he's going to show his critics he's still one of the best in the world.
The atmosphere is crazy, man. And that's how I knew that.
Parkway's center boxing record, 16,553.
I had a slow start. It started around when I finished 10th, 12th round. Run away! Because I already had a WBC. That's why I went like this.
He is now the WBA and WBC Unified Welterweight Champion of the world.
So at that point, I got it. And then it didn't go all the way. I was and I was like, and then I was like, it was just a dream. And that's how that night felt. That night felt like one of my dreams. Like, I lost. But when I woke up this time, it was like, it was on paper. It really counted. You know, I had to do a little bit of soul searching. It's just getting back on track. Getting some dead weight off my shoulders. And I think I'm good now. And my goal now is to beat Brandon Rios. And after that,